All right, we're recording. Welcome, everybody. This is Sigstore Community Meeting, April 2nd, 2024. I'm filling in for Hayden Blosvern as guest chair. I'm Cody Soyland. And yeah, we have a small agenda. As always, if there's anything you'd like to add to the agenda, please feel free. And William will gladly click accept on your additions. So yeah, we'll start out with a project round robin. It looks like I think Hayden left this note about cosign version 1.13.6, which is a fix for the version 1 branch of cosign, which is, currently cosign is in the version 2, but this fix is for production tough root. There was some changes to the tough layout that required a bump to the cosign version. So if you're still using cosign version 1, please update. And ideally, please update to cosign version 2 because cosign 1 is getting pretty old now. I don't really have any more information on that, but I understand that was a pretty important change for people on 1.0. And then as far as clients, start off with William's Sigstore Python notes.
Yeah, I wanted to give just a brief update on Sigstore Python. So we're still in the final burn down for the 3.0 series. The last big remaining item is just Dizzy verification support. This morning we emerged a large PR towards that. So hopefully within the next week or so, we'll have entry support, and then we'll kind of release.
Awesome. So does that mean that Sigstore Python was only able to verify just message signatures prior to this feature?
Yeah. So before this feature, Sigstore Python could verify hash record and Dizzy bundles, but it couldn't, and it could only sign hash record bundles. We couldn't.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. I did have a note on for policy controller. I guess that kind of falls into clients. I am personally working on adding support for the trusted root from Tough, as well as bundle verification using Sigstore Go. It's probably going to be entering policy controller before cosign, which is probably a little bit backwards, but and I probably could have put a note in here related to the, I'll go ahead and add a note related to the latest cosign spec update. Brandon Hamer added a spec proposal for adding OCI bundle support to cosign, so the ability to use an OCI referring artifacts containing a Sigstore bundle to cosign. And I'll just make a link to that. And so what I'm working on is adding support for that scheme to policy controller. And currently there's an open PR for adding the support for the trusted root. And that'll be followed up shortly by another PR to add support for the bundle. So getting a little bit ahead of cosign on that, but I think there's other folks on my team as well as in Google that I think are interested in adding bundle signing and verification support to cosign as well. So hopefully that'll be happening soon. Moving on to infrastructure. As mentioned earlier, there's a production tough root update. And it looks like, I think Sigstore RS or Sigstore Rust is the only client that's unable to use the latest tough updates. it was a more complicated fix. My understanding was there was some changes to the upstream tough client that needed to be made before that fix could be issued for Sigstore RS. But aside from that, all the clients support it. Just please update if you're at less than cosign version 2.2.0. And then looks like was this William? Was this your thing on protobuf specs?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to. This is a pretty minor thing. It shouldn't really affect the clients too much, but we're in the middle of doing a 0.3.1 release for the protobuf specs, which mostly just includes a minor media type fix for the version 3 bundle, which nobody's using yet, so it doesn't really affect anybody. But I think it's pretty much a non-item, except that if anybody is involved with the JavaScript clients, you might want to take a look at the release process to make sure that the versioning has been done correctly.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it was Brian who maintains the JavaScript client that actually proposed the change in media type that led to this spec change. So,
cool.
Awesome. So looks like some notes on outreach and events. So next week is the SOSS Community Day. Is that also related to OSS North America?
I think it's the day before, yeah.
So they're both, that's in Seattle, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I think a lot of folks are going to be out for that related to Sigstore. So I believe that we are planning on, well, actually, yeah, next week's, or not next week, but the weekend or the week after, this meeting will be canceled due to that conference. So if you're going to go to OSS North America, actually, it's not next week, it's the week after. Please look for some Sigstore folks. And then a note on Homebrew Core. I'm not sure who added this item, but Homebrew is now signing with Sigstore. So big accomplishment there.
Yeah, I just added that just in case people wanted to follow along with the work we've been doing there. One of my colleagues has been working on that. I think it's just pretty cool.
That's really awesome. That's a major adoption improvement right there alone.
Yep, about 900 million downloads a year by Homebrew Core. So,
well, I'll be watching the Sigstore infrastructure and make sure we can handle it. Yeah, and then typically we have an office hours meeting. Also on the Sigstore community calendar. The next one will be canceled also due to OSS North America. And then is there any other business that if anybody has any announcements that isn't captured in the agenda, please feel free to speak up. And if not, there's also space for introductions. So if anybody is new to the community or wants to introduce themselves, feel free to chime in and be happy to meet you.
Hey, I'm not fairly new. I am the chief of staff here at the Open Source Security Foundation. So
welcome.
Popping in to say hi.
Hi, yeah, nice to meet you, Harry.
Nice to meet you all as well.
Nice to meet you.
Well, cool. I think that does it then. We'll go ahead and conclude this meeting. And like I said, the next meeting, which would normally be held on April 16th, is canceled. So the last one will be, I guess, kind of at the end of April. So looking forward to seeing you all there.